Hello, my name is Ethan and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Ritual League 3.13. In this episode I'm going to be doing how to craft my bone helmet, item level 86 plus, it's 100 here but you just need 86, with the minion life 25 and the 7% reduced mana reserve. These are double elevated mods, so this is a double maven orb helmet, Awakener Orb, and then it has another extra influence mod and open suffix for chance to avoid ailments with the enchant of haste reduction. I'm going to go through how to craft all this from start to finish and how to get it and why I went this specific stuff and the result. This is for my aura stacker carry-on golem. I'm going to be basically releasing how to craft all the items, and so I have here all the trades that you'll have to do, all the searches you have, all the possible alternative routes you can go to save money, like buying the mods already found, buying the upgraded versions of the mods for only 3x. This is a maven orbed helmet for only 3x. So when you find this, if you had just searched it right now and I had all these searches up, in theory I would have wanted to start with my main base as a redeemer, not an elder, so that I could use the secondary base as the one that's already done as an elder. Does that make sense? So my main base would be Redeemer's Exalted Orb this. So it's an item level 87, Haste Enchant. I can perfect Fossil. Okay, so I also have a list in the description. So very important, you only need one of these main bases with the enchant. So this first one that you're turning, for this example, Redeemer, you only need one, 8x, 6x, whatever. Same guy has a lot of them, and you can Redeemer's Exalted Orbit, and then could combine it with this, or yeah, I think you have to go Redeemer's Exalted Orb, right? You can't add Elder except for adding influence to the armor, so I think you go Redeemer, and then you would be going for the minion life 25. And I think a benefit here is when somebody, I'll go to this after actually. Okay, so first thing is I say, let's say you're going the Redeemer main base, so this is Elder as the secondary, not good one, doesn't need the enchant except bone helmet, item level 86, Redeemer influence with haste enchant. It doesn't need the Redeemer influence. It can be without. Very important to correct if I notice mistake. Okay, so you get the base, you have the base, you can perfect Fossil for 30% quality. It's an average of 15 of these, so it's like 1.3x, 1.2x, 1.25x to get 30% quality, which gives more armor and energy shield from the base. That's pretty nice. You don't have to do this. 20% quality is fine, but if you're going for such an insane helmet that it's your endgame helm for this aura stacker, an extra X isn't that bad. The Gilded Fossil, it will give a tag to sell for vendors, sell much more to vendors. Sells much more. Is this even English? This is what happens, right? Can corrupt and replace this mod instead of the minion damage from helmet. So if you would corrupt a bone helmet, you'll delete this minion damage. But if you have the extra line from the Gilded Fossil, it will actually only delete that line instead of the minion damage. So it's actually a OP advanced tip, and you could get like 6% life on the helmet as a corruption. I did it before back in the day on a Baron because we used to be uniques, and it was way easier to do double corruptions. Whereas now we're going into this double maven fucking super items. Why would you double corrupt? Oh my god, they're already unobtainable for most people. I could see a future where we're even more rich, dude. We're getting maven orbs and exalted orbs like crazy and shit. Lucent fossils. Okay, so let's say you did your Redeemer's Exalted Orb on the Bone Helm, and now it has 30% quality, it's Gilded Fossil, it's ready to craft. You need lucent fossils to get the mod you're looking for. So here I say spam lucent fossils as step 4 in 1-socket resonators until you get the 4 to 5% reduced mana reserve with another influence modifier of any tier. So I can actually show this crafting like in Craft of Exile, but basically it's just spamming lucent fossils until you find the 1% mana reserve. I can even show it here. You'd be looking for this 5% reduced mana reserve or 4 to 5. It doesn't matter. And then you're looking for a secondary mod that is also a redeemer. So like how this one has, literally the cheapest one, 7% chance to gain a power charge on kill. So it has 2. It actually has 3. You have to be careful. Oh, 4. This has 4 redeemer mods. Okay, be careful. You only want 2. You'll only want 2 redeemer mods, but basically you're trying to find the mana reserve 4 to 5 with an extra redeemer mod. And then when you have that, you can maven orb. So I have a video on how to maven orb. It's actually really simple. Have 2 redeemer mods, and one of them has to be tier 1, the one you want to upgrade. So like there's the reduced mana. So you have to have this and another redeemer mod, and then you maven orb, and it's a 50-50, and it will delete one of them and upgrade the other randomly. There's no like, yeah. So it's kind of just gambling when you have 2. So make sure to have only 2. That's just the only caveat, the only thing you have to keep track of. Have only 2 redeemer mods. And then you'll have your elevated reduced mana reserve base helmet. So it'd be a redeemer, reduced mana reserve, ready to go. You leave it. Let it sit there. Don't worry about it. Now you have your 7% mana reserve. So we're going to assume that you don't do the main elder base, but I have the stuff here anyways. You can do the perfect fossils, gilded. How you would add elder to this, I don't know. So the fact is, if you found one with elder, then it can work. Or you can add influence with harvest, but it's random, so I don't really recommend it. But basically, back to my crafting. Let's say you got it. You go gilded fossil, and then you can spam. You're looking for socketed gems are supported by level 20 minion life. So you can use pristine fossils, 1-socket resonator, and then you're looking for any other influence modifier from elder. So you can get like minion damage, concentrated effect, any of that stuff. It doesn't matter. Spell block, it doesn't matter as long as you have 2 elder mods. And make sure you only have 2, and then it's the same thing. You use pristines, and then you maven orb after you have the minion life 20, going for the minion life 25. Huge fat elevated mod. Good luck on the RNG there as well. Now, here's where it gets a little interesting, because this is only the base you are making, right? You only need one of these, so you don't make both. Buy one of these, or whatever enchant you want, right? It doesn't have to be this one. This is just the one for my build, because I like to start with an example so people can follow it all the way through. And so here's where, that's only the first one. You need a second item to get the second maven mod. So yeah, this is where second base. So step 1, let's assume that we're just going to skip the main base elder for now. We're going to start with, let's say the main base was a redeemer. If the main base level 86 is redeemer. So the thing we did here where we I should have shown how to get redeemer's exalted orbs too. This thing, that is a redeemer's exalted orb. You want this. And then those, yeah, you can add that to the helmet to get the influence. And so now we assume that we already have this reduced mana reserve on our good helmet, right? So let's skip that. And let's say we now need, we're looking for the other one. So I already mentioned that I did a search for a helmet, 80, elder, minion life, 25. And I was able to find a helmet. See, I would have been able to get this for 3x, potentially. And I don't, what the heck is that, man? Would have been able to get one for 3x, which would then save you this step. But basically, if you couldn't do that, if you couldn't buy the one for 3x, you can buy a base with minion life 20 instead of 25. So 80 Elder helmet, 20. Doesn't need to be a bone helm either. It doesn't matter about any of the like bases or anything. This is the one you're going to destroy just to add the influence and the secondary mod. The main priority is minion life 20, and you need one more Elder mod. So you can look Eldritch. Okay, so this one, there's 3 Eldritch mods. So you could buy it and gamble it with a nulls if you wanted to. Here's 2 Eldritch mods. That one only has 2, so you could buy this and then Maven Orbit just straight away. That's the idea. You want 2. You're looking for the minion life 20, and then another influence modifier from Elder. And make sure it's only Elder. You don't want to buy a helmet that has double influence or something somehow of these. I don't know why they would be 1 or 2C, but I'm just saying. But if you don't find the minion life 20 for cheap, even though there's 2,277 matches, you could do this search where you delete the minion life and you just went for 80 Elder and the helmet. And then I tell you, you can spam pristine fossils, 1 socket resonator for this minion life 20, and then, or buy it. And then make sure it's only the 2 mods, the minion life 20 and any other influence mod. And when you Maven Orb, we'll come back to the beautiful Maven Orb. You want that minion life 20 to upgrade to 25, and you delete the random mod. So then you'll have, let's say, a shit helm that looks like this, where it's just minion life 25, and it's some shit base. And then you also have your really good bone helm 7% reduced. Let's say the bone helm, redeemer, all that, it's ready to go, 30% quality. Okay, what do? That's when we get, wait, an Awakener Orb. And so I have videos on how to use this, but all it is destroy the bad one and add it to the good. So for this example, destroy this Elder shitty base without the quality, with this not bone helmet, minion life 25, destroy it, and it will, and then when you click the second item, the redeemer mana reserve, it will add this Elder influence and the minion life 25 to it. And then it'll look something like this. You'll get minion life 25, reduced mana reserve, redeemer, Elder 30 quality, item level 100. I fucked it up in this example somehow. I have to restart. No, and then it can roll random mods. So for this example, I've shown it hitting a mod you can remove, and it's a prefix. Okay, so now I want to show what I would do next. Okay, so you did the Awakener Orb. You have these 2 mods, and you're like, okay, Ethan, that was a lot of shit just to get this. Yep. You have 2 mods on a helmet. Next step, I wrote here that we did the Awakener Orb, and we have the new helmet, and then random mods. So what I do first is I recommend going into your bench crafts, and I would craft up, let's say, a prefix. So I have 3 prefixes. If this is the RNG I got, I would try to fill the prefixes, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I want prefixes so that when I use this harvest crafting augment physical, which I have some harvest crafting videos, but oh, I can actually show you. I have this. I have augments of physical. So when you augment this physical modifier from the Horde of Crafting, which you can add the Horde of Crafting with your decorations, you can find the Horde of Crafting after you find Oshabi the first time. After you find the first garden, you can then put the Horde of Crafting station in your hideout. I highly recommend it, obviously. It's really good. And then you can craft in your hideout. And so when you augment physical, so again, augment physical on a bone helm with only suffix open, no prefix, it automatically guarantees this nearby enemies take 9% increased physical damage. And then I realized that this 9% increased physical damage, this guarantees us 2 suffixes where I could then tell people they can craft this mod instead. So then they have full suffixes. And then if I tell them to do another harvest craft, so harvest crafting, augment cold instead of augment physical, now that the suffixes are full, we're guaranteed a perfect mod. We get fizz as cold. If you miss this, you have to... so technically, if you fail this and you get tier 2, and you want to add remove cold to fix it, be careful. This suffix that we added of avoiding elemental ailments is actually cold. It shares a tag, so you have to be careful. You would have to change this suffix craft to some random suffix craft like this one. Or, wait, it won't let me while I have it. What about... Okay, what about this? There we go. So you would have to craft it to like ailment, for example, so it doesn't get removed, and now it's only rolling this physical one to tier 1, 2, tier 1, 2, etc. So you could even do is it here? I don't... Is this it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you can re-roll that, and then if you didn't get 10, obviously, you could divine as well. But harvest crafting, pog, easy, guaranteed, and then after you re-roll it, you can then remove your other craft and go back to your avoiding elemental ailments. And that's how I would do the hum. And then obviously this defense mod is, well... Hopefully you got a removable mod is all that you really needed, but then you could add remove defense until you get the desired increased armor and energy shield. So you'll see in my game, my helmet currently, I went with 46% increased armor, yes, so I can re-roll that. I can remove the burning damage to add this increased physical damage taken by nearby enemies. I didn't do it because I have an Animate Guardian. And in this crafting thing, it's actually used as a method to fill suffixes to help you with the crafting method, and then it's removable later anyways as like a separate thing. Because you can craft as a suffix instead of this avoiding ailments. You could craft prefixes cannot be changed as a suffix, and then when you remove physical. You'll only remove that nearby enemies take increased physical damage. So it's pretty good all around this craft. It seems foolproof. Obviously you might come up with a better idea later, but this is just what I had come up with for now for my helmet, and it seems really good. And I have a crafting method all the way up that has guarantees across the board, which is nice. Then you have the 9% if you don't have your Animate Guardian around you. Especially I gave my Animate Guardian Feeding Frenzy, so there's actually some situations where maybe that's not a terrible mod to have. We have more area on the nearby enemies take 9% increased physical damage. My Animate Guardian actually has 12%, but I figured including this extra stuff is pretty cool. And then you have your desired thing. You could then use, these are Blessed Orbs to get 20 up here. You could use Divine Orbs to hit, want the 10%, and well, 7% reduced mana is really good. We got the 8% on the physical. Feels bad, mem. It's not that big of a deal. If you really wanted, you could go into Harvest and do Divines of exactly physical, and it would roll only that one mod. There you go. And Harvest crafting is Pog, and you could re-roll this craft until you get the right one. There you go. GG, how to craft the goddamn bone helmet. We got more to go. We have, I hope you're looking forward to the chestplate crazy triple Awakener Orb, Maven Orb. Looking forward to the crazy shield. Looking forward to the super avoiding ailments and stun boot. And the Ami craft for reduced mana and intelligence skill gems. I also have my aura stacking medium clusters to do for you guys. Stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to thank my Patreon and my YouTube members who financially support the channel. Thank you guys for all the support. I can't do this without you guys, so thank you guys. And thank you to anyone new who joins the Patreon and the YouTube members today. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!